Hey, it's Doc Jen, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and I want to test 5 different squat forms that I usually see, and I'm going to tell you what could be going on if this is your squat form. So I really want you to participate in the comments. Let me know, are you 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5? Now, obviously, I'm going to be exaggerating them just a little bit, but if you can say, that's probably me, or look in the mirror and just do a squat real quick, and then you notice yourself falling into one of those 5 categories, let me know, and I will let you know what you need to work on to help improve that squat form. Now, before we jump into it, I want to make sure that you subscribe. And I don't always say this, but I really want you to subscribe on this one because I'm going to go over some things that you can do. I'm not going to tell you what they are, though. I'm just going to tell you what could be limited or what could be lacking or what you need to work on. And I have a ton of videos that go through each of those things. So if you're not subscribed, if you're not looking out for the videos that are going to teach you the tools to actually help you improve your squat, this would be the time to subscribe so you don't miss out. Now let's go into squat number 1. This is my person who wants to round all the time when you're coming down. So you might be trying to get low, but you feel like you're going to fall over every time. This person might be dealing with ankle mobility issues, because if your knees are too far back and you feel like you're going to fall backwards and your back keeps rounding, it might be because your knees cannot go forward to help you get lower. So that could be an ankle mobility issue. Number 2, if your knees are caving in or you feel like you're going to lift onto your heels every time that you squat, you notice that when I squat, sometimes I have trouble and I really need to think about forcing my knees out to the side. Or I notice that I kind of come into a flat-footed position as I squat. If that is you, you probably deal with a lot more quad dominance. You are used to having your chest up and going into a squat using your quads. Maybe you feel your quads a lot through workouts, but you don't usually feel your glutes. This could be when you need to work on that glute control, that glute coordination and strength, so our quads aren't always taking over, keeping us into those knees and pulling us off of those heels. So that could be a glute lacking issue and a quad dominance. Number 3, if you feel like when you're squatting, you get a lot of hip pinching, or you feel like, I just need to stretch out my hip flexors. They're constantly tight. I'm going to tell you, it might not be a hip flexor issue. It might be a hip mobility issue, and you actually need to open up the range of motion within those hips so that those hips glide and slide a bit better when we're going into that squat, so you're not getting that pinching happening. Number 4, if you notice that you have really loud, noisy knees, or you've been told you need to keep your hips back, you need to keep your knees right over your ankles and never let them pass your toes, I'm going to be here to tell you, you probably need to be strengthening and slowly progressing your ability to get your knees forward and have good control from your quads all the way into your knees. Your knees should pass your toes. That is functional in order for us to get lower into that squat. It is necessary. So if you're having a lot of noise, you're hearing a lot of things with your knees, not a bad thing, but we might need to work on some coordination issues and slowly again progress that tension to be able to tolerate it. So maybe we're doing holds, we're doing things that don't put too much pain or pressure. That's the number 1 thing that you want to be looking out for. If you hear a lot of noises called crepitus, you want to make sure that you're not having pain. If you're just hearing noises, it's not bad. Keep moving, keep squatting, keep lunging, keep doing all the things. Noises are not bad. We actually have a podcast all about crepitus. So I think it's over here. Click that link and go to the podcast so that you can learn more about why you might have some noisy knees. Lastly, are you number 5 when you squat really low, but your hips want to rise to the top? So you squat, but your hips are the first thing that come up. You might have some coordination imbalances where you squat while coming down, but then you don't use your whole foot, your whole quad, and your whole glute to come and lift you up. Instead, you're used to using your back and your bum to lift you up. So that is a lot of back happening, not as much balance through the legs. So we have a little bit of a coordination issue. Good mobility, but we need to work on that good control and coordination with it. So again, what are you typically? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No lying. You're like, I'm perfect. We all fall into one of those categories a little bit more. Which one are you? Which one are you committed to working toward? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.